In 1988, Safia Kwerunga, a resident of Chiyanja village in Rwampanga sub-county Nakasongola district, embarked on a challenging journey into fishing. At 27, she was a mother of 3 and married to a man with a disability. Her husband had once been wealthy, but had fallen into financial ruin. The transition from a life of comfort to one of hardship was sudden and severe.
When my husband's wealth dwindled, I took on the responsibility of the family.
As her husband's fortunes dwindled, Kwerunga faced the unimaginable. She had to stop breastfeeding her youngest child, who was only 4 months old, to provide for her family. She turned to fishing on Lake Kyoga, learning the trade from a friend.
He asked if we knew how to fish, and I told him we had someone to teach us.
When her husband passed away, she shouldered the responsibility of her family alone.
I began fishing to support my children.
In Zengebe Rwampanga Town Council, a similar story unfolds, with Jenny Nachuala, who began fishing in 2014 when she was 20 years old. When her husband abandoned her with 2 children, Jen learned how to fish from fishermen she met while fetching water at the lake.
My husband abandoned us, leaving me and our children in a rented house.
Both Kwerunga and Nachuala faced ridicule for entering a male-dominated field, but they endured and grudgingly gained respect.
Men would stop their boats and laugh, mocking me for marrying a disabled man.
People laugh, saying I fish like I don't have a husband.
In 2017, the government tightened the noose on illegal fishing methods. For a while, there was a ban on fishing on Lake Kyoga, but fortunately, Kwerunga had educated her children, who had since moved on with their lives.
And educated my children, and they eventually married.
In 2020, when fishing was allowed on Lake Kyoga again, Kwerunga applied for a boat from the Fisheries Protection Unit, but was unsuccessful. Now, Kwerunga and Nachuala hire boats at 10,000 to 30,000 shillings per day, and occasionally work as casual laborers for boat owners, earning 2,500 shillings for every kilogram of fish they bring in. The retail price for a kilogram of tilapia is 8,000 shillings.
I work as a casual laborer for boat owners.
Boat rental fees range from 20,000 to 30,000 shillings.
We spend nights battling harsh weather and floating highlands that damage our nets, earning just 2,500 shillings per kilogram of fish.
5 p.m. finds them setting out on the lake. Sometimes they return at dawn or even at noon in the next day. During these long hours, they battle harsh weather, mosquitoes, and the risk of theft or damage of their fishing nets.
I enter the water at 5 p.m. and return the next morning at 7.
When the floating islands come, they destroy our fishing nets.
We face heavy winds and mosquitoes, and if we fall in, there is no help.
Every day, they risk their lives because they go on the lake without life jackets. The boats they use do not have engines. They rely solely on paddles to maneuver the boats, which puts them at high risk of death in the event of an accident.
No life jackets because employers say they can't afford them.
In heavy winds, our lives are at risk, and we can only pray for safety.
On a good day, they can catch 50 to 70 kilograms of fish, but on a bad day, they might catch nothing at all, especially if the weather is unfavorable.
Sometimes we come back with nothing.
Fish are scarce, but we still have to try our luck.
Despite the challenges, they proudly support their families.
After feeding the children, I look for other work, like digging.
I use my small earnings to take care of myself.
Today, many in the community find it normal for women to engage in fishing, as many men do not fully support their families.
It's good that women fish because it helps them earn. kiri nti balina obuvunaanyizibwa bungi nnyo fe abasajja betasobola kukola kikubawa.
Today, women drive heavy vehicles, so it's fine if they also fish.
The fisherwomen are hopeful that a generous benefactor will provide them with boats, which would greatly improve their lives. Jamira Nachimba, the deputy mayor of Rampanga Town Council, observes that the area has more than 15 fisherwomen. She emphasizes their difficulties with boat hires and inadequate fishing equipment.
I ask the government to help us like they do for others.
Their biggest challenge is the rising cost of renting boats, which has increased from 10,000 to over 20,000.
All I need is a boat, fishing nets, an engine, and a life jacket to fish more safely.
Kwerunga and Natural's stories are powerful reminders that with resilience and determination, one can overcome obstacles such as poverty to fend for their families. Herbert Kamoga, NTV.